name's Emma, and today I will be doing the TMI book tag. Whenever I see this show down on like my subscriptions, I think of the Moral Instruments, and that's kind of why I decided to do this today, even though like none of these questions relate to that book series. I'm not doing all the questions because some of them don't really apply to me, so I'm just gonna do the ones that do. What fictional character has the best style? I bet Maxon from the Selection series probably has the best style because he's a prince. My book boyfriend. I just posted the fictional boyfriend tag, and that kind of like tells you about all of them. But my main bae would have to be Jace from the Moral Instruments, or Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. Have I ever loved a character and then hated them? Yeah, Patch from the Hush Hush saga. I liked him. And then Dante came and I didn't like him anymore. The biggest or longest book on my shelf. The biggest, longest book on my shelf is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. It's 850 pages. The heaviest book on my shelf. The heaviest book on my shelf is not the longest book on my shelf, and that is City of Heavenly Fire. If I bought the hardcover of Outlander, that one is actually tall and skinny. Picked it up at Barnes & Noble to see what I was missing out on. And it was really heavy. It weighed a lot, okay? Do I have any book posters? I have a Twilight poster from Eclipse. We have the paperback Eclipse, and then it came with a book jacket, so I hung that up. I have a Fault in Our Stars poster that my brother got me. He's awesome. Birthday, see that? Do I have any themed jewelry? Oh, I think when I got the Fault in Our Stars on DVD, I think I got a bracelet. Who's ready to see the only fandom jewelry I have? It's called an infinity bracelet. Infinite for a bracelet. It like goes around like this, and then at the end it just clasps together. An infinity bracelet. I don't wear it. This is the first time I've actually worn this. I'll try to keep it on the whole video, but I might get annoyed. My book OTP. Top 2 book OTPs is Clace from the Moral Instruments and Leth, that's their ship name, Kath and Levi from Fangirl. My favorite book series, if you guys didn't know this, it's the Moral Instruments. My favorite book to movie soundtrack. I don't really listen to book to movie soundtracks that often. I have one from the Moral Instruments movie, because it just reminds me of Clace. I listen to it whenever I'm having like a Moral Instruments feels breakdown. Just like listen to this song on repeat and like jam out to it. I have 2 from the Fault in Our Stars, so I'm gonna count that as my favorite. I have the 2 Birdie songs because I love Birdie so much. She's awesome. My favorite standalone book. My favorite standalone as of right now, and probably for a really long time, is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. If you haven't read this, read it. It's just so happy, and it makes you happy, and I'm gonna reread it this summer because I love it so much. Since when did I start reading books? It'd be 5th grade, I read The Hunger Games, and it just hooked me, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta read the next one. And then in 6th grade, I was like interested in the Gallagher Girls series, and I was like, oh, I love this. Zack Forever. And then in 7th grade, I was all like the Ugly series and Divergent and The Fault in Our Stars. I was like, oh yeah. In 7th grade year, I read The Moral Instruments, and like, that just blew my mind, and I was like, yeah, I like this reading thing for sure. Like, that's when I was like really, really hooked. So that's like the journey throughout Emma. Which Hogwarts house am I in? I haven't read the Harry Potter books. I feel really bad about that. I'm really sorry. But I don't know what house I'd be in. I'd like to be in Gryffindor. I'd also like to be in Slytherin because Slytherin's cool, okay? Probably be in like Hufflepuff. Quality I look for in a book. I look for 2 people I can ship really hard, really cute fictional boy, a good plot line. My favorite book quote. My favorite author? My favorite author is Cassandra Clare, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to change for a while. Favorite book cover? Sebastian Clay. Intriguing eye. Will Herondale, I mean, come on. Do I prefer them in action or a romance? But what I like more, I like them together. I love contemporary novels that are just romance. I can't really read just an action. There has to be like a little romantic aspect to it, I guess. But like, I really like it if it's, my favorite is when they're tied together, so it's like Where do I go when a sad moment happens? I usually read in my bedroom, so usually I just sit there and stare at the book and cry. Or I text my friend. I text my friend and I say to her, like, OMG, the feels, or like, I can't even, and like caps lock. That's what I do when I have a sad moment in my book. How long do I need to finish a book? If it's a really good book, I only need 5 days. If it's a little slower, it usually takes me 2 weeks. And if it's a big book and it's really interesting, it takes me like 5 days to 10 days. How long is my mourning period? Well, I remember after City of Heavenly Fire, it was like a month later, and I was filming a review to it that I never posted. And this is before I even had a channel. I just like recorded one. And I started recording it. It was like a month after I finished it, guys. I started sobbing from like how sad it was. That's how like big of a mark that series has left on me. After finishing the first 2 Lux books, I couldn't pick up any other book until the next 2 came. My least favorite book. I'm tempted to say My Life Next Door, but that was like enjoyable in like a cheesy way. Like I just loved laughing, okay? So probably turn on in a character. A turn on in a character in a book is a lot of sass. Like if this person's all sassy and like they're like, yeah, I see right through you, I'm just like, yeah, I like you. Like is that weird to be my turn on in a fictional character? A turn off is probably, I want to say evil, but like I just love them I love evil characters, like they're so awesome. Like Sebastian, I guess my turn off would have to be, the character's a big jerk, I don't really enjoy them. Like Damon in the Lux series can be a jerk sometimes, but usually he plays it off with his sass and then I'm okay with it. The last book that made me cry. I feel like I have to say All the Light We Cannot See, but I really cried to that. I didn't shed a tear, it was just depressing. Part when he's saying, okay, spoilers, I'll put this book up like here. While there's spoilers, okay? Part where he's just saying goodbye to like Sam and all them. I lost it. I'm like, no, he needs you guys. And I started crying like really hard. I was like downright sobbing. Last book that I gave 5 stars to. Favorite book titles. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, Dreams of Gods and Monsters, Obsidian, Onyx, Opal, Origin, Fangirl, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Evolution of Mara Dyer, The Retribution of Mara Dyer, City of Bones, Ashes, Glass, Lost Souls, Fallen Angels, and Heavenly Fire, Hollow City, Infinite Sea, Fifth Wave, Kiss of Deception. So yeah, those are like my favorite book titles. Some of them aren't my favorite, they're just really cool to say. The last book I read, last book I finished, that would be Onyx in the Lux series. Book I'm currently reading. The book I'm currently reading is Opal from the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armstrong. The last book adaptation I watched, if they mean TV show, that was Pretty Little Liars last Tuesday. Oh, that was a good episode. The last book to movie adaptation movie I watched would be Perks of Being a Wallflower. A book character I want to talk to. Jace, Clary, Simon, Isabel, everybody in the Moral Instruments series, basically. An author I want to talk to. Cassandra Clare or Book Snack. I don't really eat when I read. If I do, it's because, like, in the morning, if I like, wake up in the morning, all I want to do is read, but I have school, so I usually open my book and, like, eat breakfast. Book world that I want to live in. Most book worlds are really depressing. But I think I'd like to live in the Shadowhunter world. I know there are demons, but there's also a chance you'll meet a Herondale, so... Book world I don't want to live in. I wouldn't want to live in Eret from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. That world just seems really depressing and I wouldn't want to live in it. Favorite romance? Either Anna and the French Kiss or Fangirl. Those 2 books are just so great. I'm going to reread Fangirl this summer. I already said that, but yeah, I'm going to reread it probably like soon. The song I relate to a book is my favorite song ever. So if you don't know me that well, if you don't know me at all, top 3 artists is Ed Sheeran, Ariana Grande, and Lana Del Rey. I became obsessed with Lana Del Rey while reading City of Bones. And so there's this one song. It's the very first Lana Del Rey song that I became obsessed with. And it just reminds me of Clace. So every time I listen to it, I just have like a little feels attack. I reread City of Bones in December. And as I was rereading it, after I finished it, I was just having this major feels attack. You can ask my friend about it if you know her. I was just sitting in my bed. I'm like, oh my god, Clace, it was bad, okay? And so I just started listening to this song on repeat. You don't know it? Come here and save me. I'm a little starlet, singing in the garden. Kiss me on my open mouth, ready for you. Another song that I relate to a book is from a movie, and that's why. Let's get more Clace feels. The movie was really bad, but this just reminds me of Clace, and it gives me feels attacks. Suddenly your world has changed forever. No, there's no one else's eyes that can see into me. No one else's arms can lift me up so high. My favorite fandom is the Moral Instruments. That's my hometown fandom. So if you ever want to chat about the Moral Instruments, I'm the person to chat to, or a person to chat to or with. How many books do I own? Let's count, because I don't know. I own 101 books personally, because we have 2 copies of Twilight, and they're usually both in my room, but my sister's reading one right now. And then me and Earl and the Dying Girl, my mom's reading, so that's not on my shelf right now. But, yeah. That was the last question, I think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever you're supposed to do on these things. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!